Hello everyone, Community Manager Mordred Viking here again. We ran our Stellaris Survival tournament and released the Stellaris Survival Necroid Invasion mod 2 weeks ago. Some of you really enjoyed this mod, but if you're like us, sometimes even surviving on the lowest difficulty is challenging. If you haven't tried it yet, you should. You can find the link somewhere up here or maybe down here in the description. We asked our top survivors from the tournament what would their advice be to help potential survivors, and boy did they have a lot to say. As anyone who has played the survival mod knows, sometimes what's good in the survival mod doesn't directly translate to the grand strategy Stellaris. So, exercise caution when using this advice outside of the survival mod. Fleets spawn every 5 years, so be ready. Fleets don't get strong until the wave start year, but then they will spawn every 5 years, so be ready at year 5, 10, 15, and then especially at 20. These early waves give you an indication of what type of ships the Lost will be using, and give you a jump start on those ship techs. If your relic costs Unity to activate, and especially if it's a relic that gets more powerful over time, rushing Unity early to start activating your relic will help you immensely in the long run. Once you've started your relic, then you should switch to building up your technology. Consider skipping gateway engineering techs, like destroyers, to increase your chances of getting star holds and star fortresses, since these will be very effective at holding your choke points. Be sure to upgrade all of the star bases you own, and fortify your border systems with defensive platforms. Lost ships drop technology. Not only does this give you a nice boost to your own ship weapon techs, but it also tells you what kind of weapons they are using. There are 4 ship designs for each ship size, and one of them is chosen randomly at the start of the game. Be sure to build your fleet to counter these ship designs. Don't invest too much into alloy production. As long as you're not playing hardcore mode, you will get alloys for killing the lost ships. Don't forget to build resource silos to store all of these extra alloys. Killing the lost ships also contributes a lot to your victory score. Once you get a fleet that can attack the lost systems without taking losses, start clearing their expansion star bases. This will spawn extra fleets that you can kill for even more victory score. These expansion star bases are a limited resource, so it's important to kill them before the other players do. If a player has a wormhole leading to their systems and you have a powerful enough fleet to kill the lost star bases and stations on the other end of this wormhole, you can cut them off. Killing the star base at the other end will also disconnect that wormhole and cause it to connect to another black hole system, but be sure to have an escape plan, since you won't be able to get back out the way that you came in. It's possible to get crystal infused plating very early. If you get this component, be sure to use it on all of your ships, since it's cheap and more effective than shields and armor in most cases. For those of you who watched the stream, most of our players in the final played either Clone Army or Progenitor Hive for the top-notch admirals that they can generate, and the resulting fire rate bonuses. Imperial Fiefdom with the Bulwark speciality is a great choice as well, as this will vastly increase the effectiveness of your defensive station. Scion is another good pick, since your Scion Overlord will give you Fallen Empire fleets as gifts to protect yourself, but be aware that the Lost may try to reach you through the wormhole that leads to your Fallen Empire Overlord, which may result in you not getting waves of ships and consequently struggling for that victory score. Having a Spiritualist Fallen Empire in the galaxy will also make the head of Zarquan spawn even more powerful fleets. Since you start with an advanced start and no blockers on your homeworld, starting with the Remnant origin will give you a lot of minor artifacts and free technologies at the start of the game, as well as the ability to push for an early Ecumenopolis with only the anti-gravity engineering technology. Here Be Dragons is another great defensive origin, since the Space Dragon will defend your home system from attack, leaving you only to worry about defending your other colonies until you make contact, or defeat and reanimate the dragon. In non-hardcore mode, there is very little penalty for playing a Total War Empire, such as Fanatic Purifier or the Devouring Swarm. The AI cannot declare war, so their opinion malices do not matter. These empires get large bonuses to ships, which will not only make your fleets more effective, but will also make your defensive stations more effective as well. On the other hand, Total War Empires are locked out of forming a federation. Forming a federation will give you 10% of each federation member's victory score. Masterful Crafters is another solid choice for the engineering research added to the artisan jobs, and be sure to use your extra building slots for research or strategic resource production. Since you start with more pops than usual, choosing the Death Cult, or the Corporate Death Cult, will give you early game bonuses that can be later removed for other civic choices. Choosing the Head of Zarklan is a great choice for early fleet power, as long as you can stand the Spiritualist Ethics attraction. Be aware of the Unity cost for activating the relic, however. As well, fleet spawned using the head, and I'm not trying to say that name again, will get stronger over time, making rushing to activate this relic important. Choosing the head, the Scion origin, and some degree of Spiritualist ethics will also make the head's fleet even stronger, because you will spawn a Spiritualist Fallen Empire as your overlord. As a clone army origin, activating the Omni Codex will allow choosing the clone ascendant, and the relic will give you pops that can grow naturally, making this an excellent pick for the clone army origins, or those builds that focus primarily on pop assembly rather than pop growth. Since you will be more than likely playing fairly tall, the Surveyor is an excellent choice as a relic, giving you 2 random deposits in your empire every 5 years. This is also the only relic without an associated unity cost for activation, giving you more unity to unlock further traditions and ascension perks. Consider taking prosperity as your first pick. The extra building construction speed, increased specialist output, and reduced district upkeep will be a massive bonus to your early game economy. This will allow you to specialize your colonies that much faster, and get more resources from them in the long term. Since you'll want to be building a lot, and I mean a lot, of starbases, Unyielding is a solid second choice. Unyielding increases your starbase capacity by 5 and the number of defensive platforms your starbases can support. As a third and deciding factor, Unyielding also increases the odds of rolling the Starhold and Star Fortress technologies, which will be essential if you're looking to survive. Discovery and Supremacy are both valid third choices here, since Discovery will allow you to tech that much harder with reduced researcher upkeep and the +1 technology choices, and Supremacy will also give you discounts on ships, ship upkeep, and added fire rate bonuses. Subterfuge is another pick that shines in the survival mod, since Subterfuge gives you bonuses to espionage like spear technology, as well as giving +10 tracking and +5 base evasion to your ships, which will really help while the Lost have better technologies than you do. Ascension perks. If you've chosen a relic that has a Unity activation cost, One Vision for the +10% Unity output can't be discounted as a first pick. This will give you a fighting chance at getting your traditions unlocked and keeping up with your relic activations. Executive Vigor doubles down on the Unity focus, effectively giving you 100 free Unity a month, albeit Unity that can only be spent on edicts and boosting your economy. Defender of the Galaxy gives you a +50% damage to Crisis factions, which will benefit you in your fight against the Lost, since they are considered a crisis. Following the trend of boosting your starbases, Eternal Vigilance is a great choice in the survival mod, giving you increased starbase hull, starbase, and defensive platform damage, on top of the extra 5 defensive platforms per starbase. Become the Crisis unlocks many abilities that some consider unnatural. From building ships with minerals to fire rate bonuses and bonuses to admirals, not to mention the ability to destroy your entire stars and sell dark matter for massive profits. However, do be aware that destroying the galaxy with the Eris Phasic engine does not count as a survival win. We've heard your claim that you ascend the Shroud and dismiss those claims. And that's it for today, folks. Before I go, I'd like to thank Alik, Iron Sasquatch, Kerne, Leastfire, Masked, and Valadrax for the tips included in this video. We hope you all have fun trying to survive the Lost in the Stellaris Survival Necroid Invasion. You can find a link to subscribe the mod in the video description, and don't forget to like and follow for more Stellaris content.